The new update's main fresh mechanic is indeed the Tank Active Protection Systems, or APS for short. And we can't ignore this big change. So today, we'd like to tell you about all these new systems. Some theory first. All active protection systems follow the same principle. Sensing equipment, be it radar or optical sensors, detects a threat, such as a round, a shell, or a missile. A computing unit then analyzes the data and sends a command to employ countermeasures by counter-attacking the incoming projectile. None of the existing systems come with a guarantee of absolute security, of course. Each of them comes with its own limits. Moreover, even when the APS works as intended, a detonation of several kilograms of explosives is never harmless and can cost the tank some of its detachable equipment. You can learn the specs of each particular APS by pointing your cursor at the unit in X-ray mode. Meanwhile, we'll take a look at how they work and what they can do in practice. We'll start with the earliest system, the Soviet Drozd. It can protect a tank from guided missiles, projectiles from recoilless guns, and HE rounds that were shot from afar and lost a lot of their speed. While you don't expect to see a lot of recoilless guns in the game, ATGMs and 105mm HE rounds are something the T-55 sees a lot. This APS only works in the front, 40 degrees each side horizontally, 6 degrees down, and 20 degrees up. Which means any enemy attacking its side or helis launching ATGMs at high altitude will meet no resistance. The Drozd can boast the biggest supply of countermeasures with a total of 8, and the best reaction speed since the charges are held in fixed launchers. This advantage is also a major flaw. However, each of the 4 pairs of countermeasures is responsible for its own small sector. After they're triggered, the APS will have a vulnerable area, so you'll have to rotate the turret manually to defend yourself from another attack with the remaining unused area of the APS. Next today is the Israeli Trophy APS. Unlike the previous model, this one can boast a 360-degree protection from the same types of projectiles. It still won't save you from a missile to the roof, of course, but at least it covers the rear and the sides. The Trophy's countermeasures are found in 2 rotating launchers, so it needs more time to react. 300 milliseconds. More importantly, it needs 1.5 seconds to reload and get ready for another threat. In practice, it simply means the Israeli APS can't intercept 2 projectiles in a row. An interesting feature of all systems is the layout of their protection arcs. In the Trophy, each of them exceeds 180 degrees, which means there's some overlap in the front and rear. So, if the incoming projectile travels directly in the front or the rear, this system can employ all 6 countermeasures. Finally, the most advanced APS is the British Iron Fist. It provides a full circle of protection too, but that's not the best part. The top MBT usually fire fin-stabilized rounds, and the Iron Fist is the only APS currently available in the game that can handle them. Of course, you need some distance to be able to react to such a quick target. A couple of 100 meters is required to intercept one. The project interceptors of the British system are launched from twin rotating tubes, which can be ready to deflect another threat in 300 milliseconds. Much like on the Trophy, protection arcs are wider than 180 degrees and create 2 overlapping zones in the front and rear. Now, the Iron Fist's main flaw is a modest charge pool. Only 4. Well, looks like that's everything you need to know about APS. Don't forget to check how many charges you have left in the bottom left corner of your screen. And by the way, you can refill them on friendly strategic points. We wish you more successful interceptions and fewer armor pens.